your go-to channel for the latest motorcycle news, reviews, and insights. Today, we're diving into one of the most talked about motocross bikes of the year, the 2025 Suzuki RM-Z450. Suzuki might not shake up the industry every season, but when it comes to refining a proven platform, few manufacturers are as committed to getting the details right. Whether you're a weekend warrior or chasing podiums, the RM-Z450 has been a reliable tool in the hands of many riders. So what's new in 2025? Is it finally catching up to its more high-tech rivals? Let's break it down. Overview of the 2025 Suzuki RM-Z450. The 2025 RM-Z450 maintains much of its signature character, strong low-end power, stable handling, and a chassis that's built for precision. At first glance, it might not appear drastically different from the previous year's model, but there are some important updates under the hood. Suzuki continues to focus on offering a balanced motocross bike at a competitive price point. The RM-Z450 is still based on the core that was revised in 2018, but Suzuki has introduced a few performance tweaks for 2025 that make it worth a second look, especially for riders who value consistency and simplicity over constant reinvention. Engine and performance. The heart of the RM-Z450 is its tried-and-true 449 cubic centimeters liquid-cooled 4-stroke single. For 2025, Suzuki has made minor refinements to the fuel injection mapping and ignition timing. The result? Smoother throttle response and a slightly broader mid-range power delivery. No, it's not a night-and-day difference, and no, it still doesn't have electric start, a decision that continues to polarize the motocross community. But what Suzuki has done is make the engine more manageable and responsive in the low and mid RPMs, where most riders spend the majority of their time. This makes the RM-Z450 a great choice for riders who prioritize control and traction over sheer top-end horsepower. Chassis and handling. One area where the RM-Z450 continues to shine is in its handling. The aluminum twin-spar frame remains unchanged, and that's a good thing. It offers excellent cornering stability and feedback, one of the RM-Z's signature traits. Riders familiar with Suzuki's philosophy will appreciate the bike's predictability, especially in rutted or technical tracks. Suspension duties are handled by the Showa balance-free front fork and a matching rear shock. In 2025, Suzuki has revised the internal damping settings slightly, aimed at reducing harshness during landings and improving high-speed compliance. It's not a radical overhaul, but it makes the bike feel a bit more planted and forgiving. The overall setup still favors precision and stability over flickability, which makes it a favorite among riders who like to push hard through the corners rather than dance through the air. Electronics and rider aids. This is the area where Suzuki has fallen behind compared to competitors like Yamaha, KTM, and Honda. The RM-Z450 still doesn't feature a modern touchscreen, smartphone tuning app, or traction control adjustability. However, it does come with Suzuki's Whole Shot Assist Control, SHAC, and Basic Traction Management, two features that can give riders an edge during starts and slippery track conditions. The SHAC offers 3 launch control modes, depending on the terrain and rider preference. While it's not as comprehensive as the tuning options found on some of its rivals, it's functional and easy to use. And for riders who prefer a set-it-and-forget-it approach, the RM-Z450 keeps things simple and reliable. Braking and ergonomics. Braking remains solid on the 2025 model, with a 270mm front disc and a 240mm rear. Feedback is consistent, and modulation is easy to control, even under aggressive braking conditions. Ergonomically, the RM-Z450 stays true to its roots. The narrow midsection and flat seat make it easy to move around, whether you're standing through whoops or leaning into a deep berm. The controls are simple, functional, and placed exactly where you'd expect them to be. Suzuki has also updated the graphics for 2025, giving the bike a fresh new look without altering the actual plastics or bodywork. The classic yellow and blue livery continues to turn heads and set the RM-Z apart in the paddock. Who is the 2025 RM-Z450 for? This is a bike that's best suited for riders who value a proven, stable platform over constant change. If you're looking for the latest in electronic tech or featherweight engineering, this might not be your first choice. But if you want a bike that's easy to maintain, has a strong aftermarket following, and offers great handling straight out of the box, the 2025 RM-Z450 still delivers. It's especially attractive to privateers and weekend racers who need a reliable workhorse that won't break the bank. And for those who are mechanically inclined, the RM-Z's simplicity is a huge bonus. Fewer electronics means fewer potential failures on race day. Pricing and availability. Suzuki continues to position the RM-Z450 as one of the most affordable 450 class motocross bikes on the market. For 2025, the MSRP sits slightly below most of its competitors, making it an appealing option for riders who want pro-level performance without the premium price tag. Dealers will begin receiving units in early summer, with limited availability depending on region. Suzuki's ongoing support for contingency racing programs also sweetens the deal for racers looking to earn back some of their investment. Final thoughts. While the 2025 Suzuki RM-Z450 doesn't reinvent the wheel, it builds on a platform that's been consistent, dependable, and competitive. The subtle updates to suspension and fuel mapping are welcome, and they help refine a bike that continues to punch above its weight in terms of handling and cornering precision. It may not lead in technology or innovation, but for riders who want a no-nonsense, race-ready machine with a rock-solid chassis and reliable performance, the RM-Z450 remains a compelling choice in 2025. Outro: subscribe for more on Bike Update. Thanks for tuning into Bike Update. If you found this breakdown helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a ride. Drop your thoughts on the 2025 RM-Z450 in the comments. Is it time for Suzuki to bring in a full redesign, or are the refinements enough? Until next time, keep your throttle open and your eyes on the trail.